Get ready, you're about to be updated on the biggest entertainment stories this morning. Welcome to Tea Time and thanks for joining us on the program. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo together with my co-anchors Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshunkeye. What's good, people?
Good.
Good weekend?
Yeah, great weekend. And
Got
yours?
up to anything?
Well, a lot, but not anything I want to talk about. So,
Okay, there is a news going around now that ritualists have shifted from pants and boxers to human hair. So I don't know.
No, that one is still now. They've been stealing nails.
No, this one they are collaborating with hairdressers or hairstylists to, according to the audio that is being circulated, a bag of hair they collected for 450,000 naira.
Wow.
So I don't know, but.
No, don't
I think
start.
I'm going on low cut soon.
Well, when you cut your hair, just make sure you pack the pieces.
That's the thing. You know, I've actually seen people doing that in the barber shop. I'm like, why are they doing that?
No, people used to do that a lot before, but I think people just stopped.
Yeah, then David Doe made it to Channel 4 BBC, and they actually spoke about him selling out the O2 Arena, and
Great.
they did a comprehensive interview, and he posted it himself over the weekend, and yes, that was really
Okay, so, yes, did you want to say something else? More?
No.
Okay, I thought you were going to give us more info on Davido.
I just stayed.
I said more info, not what you said already.
Okay, sorry.
So is there more info?
No, not more info. I just think it's very commendable.
Yeah,
What
of course
he-
it
Yeah,
is
for him
commendable.
to make the and again, there was a
Oh,
part
more
where-
info. Now you're
There was
giving
a
it.
part where they said you know you have made it big when superstar Idris Elba introduces you to the stage,
Yeah.
and I
he
saw
pulled a lot.
that was a
That's
shame
true. He
some
pulled a
way
lot.
though. 'Cause you know you have made it big. That was funny.
So you don't think he has made it big or how?
Well, he has definitely made it big.
Yeah, so
and
why
I
do you
see
think
some-
it's a shade?
Talking about
It's
Yes.
not, even if he thinks it's a shade, not at Davido, definitely.
So that's why I'm like, so where's the shade going? It surely can't go to Idris
If you,
Elba.
don't,
My
if you
face.
don't know the shade,
I want the
then
shade.
you don't know it. It has passed.
right over.
Like,
Okay, moving on to the main stories for today. Dija exposes a societal dysfunction that is failing Nigerian kids. So I think I feel the same way that Dija feels. You know, Nigeria apparently has the lowest age of consent, which is 11. And I think that is so uncool. Because I think a child is easily... It's not even a teenager. A teenager starts from 13. So you're not even saying age of consent should be 13. Anyone below 13 is still a child. So for you to now say a child can make, you know, consensual decisions, you know, on their own is just setting up the country for a high rate and high level of pedophilia.
which is where we are right now. And this age of consent, consent, right? It's a conversation that has been ongoing, and it's quite interesting to see that Dija is lending a voice. At least it will enhance the the conversation on this subject, because I know a particular platform that when you listen to them, they keep running a very short jingle on the age of consent. Why is it still 11? What are people doing about it? So I think this is one of, when people that are supposed to be lawmakers are coming out to ask you to vote for them, what exactly did they even put on the table to ask you to vote for them? What laws are they hoping to go there to change? These are the kind of conversations we should have, and have them go there to do the right thing, because it didn't just start now. When we had the child bride issue that trended on social media for a long time, this conversation came up, because if you say you're arresting them or you're going to have conversations with them and then you go back to the law cannot even save them, you know. So I think our lawmakers should look into this, and it's high time. It's overdue.
Yeah. And I think this is a subject for saving the girl child generally, because regardless of how you look at it, and I like the fact that she said this is not about religion or tribe or whatever. It's just the truth. Like whether you're Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Christian, Muslim, whatever, being with a child when you're saying the age of consent is 11, like, come on, imagine your own daughter at 11. Won't you still be very protective of her? So how would she give consent to sexual activities at the age of 11? I think that is a very sad situation. And this is why most of these people still marry the girl, the child bride. And if you guys remember, in the case of a Chinwe, I think in Anambra State or something like that, that was made to marry. She was 15 years old at the time, even though she was a teenager. But I think a lot of people stood up for her, and at the end of the day, it was resolved. Now, Chinwe was someone that was forced to marry a guy with Down syndrome, and is way older than her. So it's crazy, and I think the more people come out to speak on this, things will definitely change. And like you said, the lawmakers, what are they doing? Now, these are the people that we need to speak to. Now, we need to start writing petitions. We need to start lending our voices and make sure that things like this changes. And yeah, the minimum wage has been...
But before you get to the minimum wage, I also want to take us back to the idea that when we have movies, you see, what's the board again? Please help me.
NF, the National Film and Video Censors Board.
Let me just call them the Censors Board. They would always come down and tell you, oh, this has sexual content, it has violence, it has to be 18 and above and all that. They take time to do that job. So why is it when it now comes to age of consent for these children that you claim you're trying to protect, it's nobody's talking about it? They still have to be 11 and be able to tell you, oh, I can have this, you know.
Okay, I think all of this is coming at the back of a lot of people who feel like, if you were saying, you know, the child bride thing, where people like want to sponsor I think this happens, I don't know anywhere else, but in all of my travel in Nigeria, I think this happens predominantly in the north, where, you know, they have they take care of the child from a very young age, and then once they reach that 11 or 13, the intention is to get married to that.
Yeah, it's prominent in the north, but not just the north though.
Sorry?
Because the Chinwe case was, I think,
it's a rare exception. It's a rare exception, but generally speaking, if you look at the north and the south in comparison, a high proportion of that is usually in the north. So I'm saying, and the people that actually do this thing, I think, are a lot of people in power, a lot of people who are wealthy, and a lot of people who actually influence the lawmakers. So I'm thinking, is this something that we can actually do at the end of the day, if these people have a lot of backing in terms of wealth and in terms of people that they know in the legal industry? But at the end of the day, we have to...
Impossible is nothing. If everybody can rise up against this, then definitely...
Oh, come on, Ife, this is Nigeria. People haven't risen to so many other problems, let alone the child right issue. No, that's not the backward mentality. We are also talking about...
If you keep talking about, oh, are we going to be able to... Now, why are we always looking for excuses for, are we going to be able to? Why don't we stand up and do it?
If you stand up and let's see what happens. You know, you live in this country. If you live in this country, stop being utopian in this matter. I'm not saying we should not do anything. I'm just saying that you know that at the end of the day...
We can't keep complaining and not doing anything about it.
I'm not saying let's not do anything. At least DJ has even done very well.
Do the same. Follow DJ's footsteps.
I just really want to make my point. Can I just complete my point? Let me please complete my point. Let me just complete my point before you do your advocacy thing at the end of it. Please, I'll give you room to do that. So I was like, even in so many other countries, because I was actually looking at the age of consent in different countries. The US has a few states that have 18 as their age of consent, and some other states have 21 as their age of consent. And I looked at the UK as well, and their age of consent is 16. So if all of these super countries, you know, actually have higher rates of age of consent, you know, why should... And even the African countries, I looked at some of the African countries, it's ranging between, you know, 14, 15, 16, and the most you will get is the 18 and 21. And I'm like, how come Nigeria has decided, you know,
because it's kind of part of Nigeria's tradition, especially in the north, like you said, and
it's not a tradition. If let's not get it twisted. It's not part of the Hausa culture. No.
It's part of their customary law. If you know about the northern customary law, you will know that it is part of their customary law for you to be able to marry a girl child.
If you want to, what I'm saying is that it's not part of tradition. It's not part of tradition. It's allowed for anyone who wants to get involved.
If it's part of the customary law, then it's kind of part of their tradition.
I'm saying it's not
So
part
what's
of...
the way forward now?
The way forward is for everyone to stop complaining and do exactly what Dija did and start posting things like that till we get to the right people, till the right people get to hear about this, and then there's a change effected immediately. It is time for change.
Yes,
It
I
is
would definitely
time
like for a change because I'm not happy about this 11 years
but
age
you
of
feel
consent.
like it's impossible. Like,
No,
oh,
I don't
because
think
they
so.
have
I'm just
power,
saying...
because they have money. If you
It's
keep
okay,
saying that,
it's
come on, man,
okay.
then who's going to do anything about it? Who's going to do anything about it?
Okay.
Ife is very passionate, as I call him
You
always,
are
an
also very
advocate.
passionate about it. Of course, I am passionate about it, but getting angry is not going to solve anything. We just need to
And then we have to be realistic as well.
And talk about it in a strategic way so that
Please, can you
these
tell Ife?
lawmakers,
Say that again, strategic way.
these lawmakers
All right, Elsie,
will
wrap
have
up.
no choice than to effect this very important change.
All right, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking about Seun Kuti. We'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, dem go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. We're moving on now with our next story, and it's regarding Seun Kuti, who has been listed to perform at the 61st Grammy Awards ceremony. So a very commendable, shall I call it an accolade or so? It's commendable.
Of course, it's
yes.
very commendable. And let's not forget that he's also nominated to win. I mean, for the world, I think it's
Music
world music category.
Yes,
for
best
his
world,
album.
best world music.
Okay, category.
Yes.
So, and then the album was out in March 2018. For this news, I had to listen to Seun Kuti all the way to work today. And it was just the normal
What's your favorite song on the album?
Afrobeat. Okay, I was listening and reading, so I wasn't paying attention.
But you must have taken note of Badman Lighter.
I probably didn't get there.
Funny enough, that wasn't the one that was nominated.
No, I'm
I
talking
think
about
the whole album was
nominated. What was nominated, not a particular
track.
song.
Okay.
It's
All right,
called
my
Black
bad.
Times, right?
Yeah, Black Times.
Yeah, Black Times. So I can't wait to watch him on that stage. For this reason, I'm going to make sure I'm on that website to watch Grammy live. Like, it's a good thing. It's really commendable. And there's this, I can't remember now, but there's a Nigerian whose song was also part of this. It's the first Grammy advert. I can't remember his name right now.
Yes, something
but that's-
Skippy
You saw
Ice
that
Cub.
too, right?
Oh God, yeah, it's one long name like that. But
So I think we are really doing good. We are doing good. It's a proud thing to achieve.
Yeah. And Seun Kuti again was when the album dropped, he was number 8 on the
Billboard,
world
yeah.
music category Billboard for weeks, and I think this is a sign that he might probably win.
This
I
time,
have a feeling
right?
he's going to win.
I have a feeling
That's
he's
going to be
win.
awesome.
Even though Femi Kuti has been nominated
Over and
4
over
times,
again, yeah.
he has never performed at the Grammy. And if you guys, I don't know if you're aware that Seun Kuti will be performing alone. He will be performing with
Yeah.
a Malian
artist Fatoumata
yeah.
Diawari.
So-
I don't think it's an indication, because from their statement, they're trying to say they're making sure people that will be performing at the Grammys now are those that are nominated for awards. So I don't think it's an indication that he's going to win it. But I hope, of
No,
course,
I just have
I'm
that
hoping
feeling. I
that
just have that
he's
feeling.
winning
It would
this
be
one.
great.
You
I
know,
think it's an
going to-
indication. No, we should not rule
I
it
was
out.
thinking that way until I read that part, and like they're trying to correct that everybody performing has to have
Do
won
we have
or
any
been
Nigerian with a
nominated.
Grammy award?
He's going to be the first, I think.
Do we?
I don't remember. I think even if there is, it'll probably be Sade Adu, but I can't say that with my heart.
Has Sade
British,
ever been to Nigeria? It would just claim this Sade Adu
I meant
because we love
like,
her and
because
her name is
originally.
Sade. But she doesn't even recognize us, fam. So please. So I'm hoping, I'm waiting. Oh wow, really? Anyway, I'm hoping and praying he wins. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We should move on to our next story now, and it's regarding 21 Savage, who has been arrested in the United States and is set for deportation. I don't know, I think this is kind of a sad story.
Well, this type of deportation, I'll not even be angry. They're moving me from America to London.
But then his business,
His business will
his
suffer,
business
though.
revolves in America. So
Well, you can still sell music from the UK.
yeah, but he has shows that he's supposed to perform.
And I don't think he wants to
and I'm
stay
sure
in the
he's been
US.
paid
Sorry, in
for
the
it.
UK.
I don't know why you would have so much money and so much success and you would not sort out your immigration.
Exactly, and this
there's a
happened from
mistake
way back in
somewhere. No, I think there's a
2005 or
mistake.
He
2004.
got into the country
As a child.
2000.
While it was,
I think his
when it was
team-
12.
12 at 2004,
Yeah, and
2005.
his
2005.
visa
5, yeah.
expired
A year
A
later.
year, 2006, yes. So I'm like, okay, from 2006 to 2019, hello, that's 13
That's what I'm
years.
saying. I think it's an oversight from his team because if you read
It's not an
further,
oversight.
you
I have a
realize
feeling that
He
it's intentional.
was supposed
No,
to
it's
be
not intentional,
protected.
it's
Hold on.
just-
He was supposed to be protected under the DACA rule that says once you come in as a child, you can actually be protected in the US. But I think they forgot the clause that says if you're arrested for a criminal offense, that's
Which he was arrested for a criminal felony.
That platform
Yeah.
will not cover you. So I think that is where.
Yeah, but the lawyer is even
mistake
saying that
came
that
in.
felony it was wrong, that he was not supposed to have been
Yeah,
charged.
so you see where the mix-up is now. So they feel they are not going to count that charge against him, so he will be protected under DACA. But right now, DACA is saying, oh, you've been arrested before, so we cannot protect you. So I think this is a whole lot of back and forth, and hopefully he comes out with minimal penalty because they're waiting for the judge to say something. So
And unlike the
I think all this
lawyers'
will be put into consideration.
angle towards this case, because
Dina.
they're saying that 21 Savage has contributed a lot to this community, you know, getting kids off the streets, you know, charities and stuff like that. So I think any judge will put that into consideration.
lots of consideration.
And considering the fact that he's a mega superstar, he has one of the biggest songs in America right now. I don't know if you guys have heard it a lot with J. Cole, and that song is like, so everybody.
Okay, so if I get where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to be me and, you know, do my usual.
So what's your usual?
I don't know. I still feel strongly that regardless of whatever he has done, regardless of all of the good deeds that he has done in the community and with the success that he's getting in the business, and I think that since he has this lawyer from way back, you know, he should have been advised and, you know, they should have done this prior.
I think this was just negligence in his.
That's what I'm saying. Not even on his part, on the lawyer's part, because he must have had legal advice from way back. So I'm like, if he made a mistake, at least the lawyer should have been able to advise him that.
Too busy for
No,
you to
come on. When you're in another person's country, you should know that, okay, am I in the country legally or am I in the country illegally? Even in the UK, is a complete no-no when you know that your visa has expired and you haven't renewed it. Come on, let alone in the US where they take everything to the highest degree in terms of terrorism and so many other things. And to make matters worse,
while we've been watching Trump and seeing all he's been doing, so that should have been like
okay, I need to wake up. Thank you, Elsie.
Really in the right place right now?
Yes, and then you speak to your lawyer, like, what's going on? This is the situation.
Whether he'll be firing the lawyer
I guess
soon
he was
or
feeling
getting
Trump
someone
is
else. I
after
don't know.
Africans and not UK citizens.
I think technically speaking, he's actually
black.
Yes, he's originally African
You
because his
should
first
know.
name is Shin Abil something.
Abraham Joseph.
The Abraham Joseph is his surname. His first name is something else, and I think he's from an ethnic minority, I think. All right.
Whatever it is, good luck to 21 Savage. And I think I did not say, of course, the law would take its course,
Yeah, but
but
I
I
think
think
there'll be
his good deeds will be put
Into consideration. Let's hope so, because I would like for him to like continue with his work, you know, in the US. But
I think he'll be successful.
Successful anyway, regardless. Yeah. All right. Before we take our next story, we'll take a quick break and then we'll be right back. It's where the big stories live. This is Plus TV Africa.
When I did it, I was full on, hands-on on the whole project.
So how did you deal with it? All of that negative.
I got depressed, obviously. Duh. Haven't you heard?
I've got 2 of the hottest topics currently trending on social media.
If you've seen the word Senate trending on Twitter, that's because the Nigerian police force has gone Trump style.
I probably haven't shared this with anyone, but I reckon I get about like 100 people asking for help a day. That's a fact. I can prove that.
Welcome back. It's tea time right here on Plus TV Africa, and we're moving on to our next story, which is on Bow Wow, who has been charged with battery along with a woman he claims assaulted him. So this is another dramatic story. And they said there was an incident between the two of them, and police are having difficulty deciding who it was that actually...
well, if I was a police officer looking at their mug shots, I can tell who was the victim.
Yeah, but you can't use that to judge now.
From the story I read, I think the policeman just wanted to arrest him because people there said they were told that the witness said she was the one assaulting
him. Yeah.
him, and you know,
and he also told
and they
them.
still went ahead to. I mean, so I don't know what they want to achieve.
Well, they
with
released
this.
the both of them almost, but from this mugshot, man, Bow Wow, you went through a lot.
But you understand? But if it were the lady that had that,
that's the thing. It would have been.
Would they release him that way?
Exactly.
So
no, but he was released on bail, and it was quite a lot. It was like $8,000.
Who?
What's his name? Bow Wow.
I'm talking of the lady.
Okay.
Yeah, she was also released.
No,
she
you don't get what I'm saying. I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying if she was the one
if
that
she was
had
one
that
that wound.
Yeah.
What we are saying is not what we'll be saying now.
So
So
said the boy had minor injuries though, so she had some injuries, but maybe not
as
on her face.
Yeah.
okay.
And then I think there's, I think people on Bow Wow's team were saying he's not even supposed to have been arrested based on the, what do they call it? The witnesses and what all they all said, you know, but that the policemen were just being very stubborn in terms of wanting to get the facts right before letting anybody go. And then, you know, once the celebrity is involved.
Celebrities and their ladies, though. It was just Black China and Kid Bull the other day, and now Bow Wow and his on and off girlfriend. So.
Yeah. And they said apparently this has happened some time back.
That one. It's the one that their eyes is like this. That's the one they used to follow.
Elsie.
You sound like you're from the, as in what happened? Who broke your heart?
Exactly. It's like, hello.
But the thing, what I mean, aside being celebrity and all that, men usually do this. The nice girl that's being nice and there for you, she's not enough. It's the one that will put your head.
But I can say that for the, but I can say that for the women as well.
You can speak your own. I'm speaking my own.
Yes, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it for the women now.
I'm saying my own.
I feel some passion right now.
Right.
Who did this
to you, Elsie?
They lost. They lost.
I know how to observe.
I'm an observer. Observers are worried.
Yes.
Oh, so like I was saying earlier regarding this story, that is also not the first time that both of them have had an encounter, you know, in their... He has even accused her of battery in the past, you know, so for this to...
I think she's just one of those women that are violent towards
So what is he still doing there? If she's violent,
well,
leave.
the thing is...
if he's violent, leave.
But it's his choice at the end of the day. If he wants to stay there, you know, that might be
blind.
the... Exactly. So if he still wants to stay there, that's entirely up to him.
These are the kind of choices that make people end up 6 feet below. We understand. But when you're making your choices... I'm saying you die soon.
Please, I need a moment to, like, you know, deal with that shade.
I told you about to say I need a moment of silence for Bow.
When you're going through domestic violence and then you're like, oh, he's going to kill you and all that and all that.
Which is why...
And it's almost the same thing here. You don't know when something might happen and something bad will fly in the air and someone is dead. You know, so I don't encourage violent relationship at all, whether it's coming from the man or from the woman. I look at it from
but you know,
and then, of course she knows now. She knows. And then the thing is, once you have, once you're in a relationship,
I wouldn't know because I'm not in a relationship with them.
So I was saying, you know, once you're in a relationship and there's some kind of violence involved in the first instance, that's like the first sign, and it's a complete red flag that you should watch out.
You don't need to wait until they slam
That's what I'm saying, exactly. Or it happens 2 or 3 or 4 times before you now like wise up.
It's love.
I know, but and we said, you know, it's blind, you know, so.
Oh, be more. Why are you looking at me now?
As in, you sound very. As in, you tell us the story.
No, but trust me, see, once before the hand reach my face, I've got it to my house.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like Elsie is not going to.
It did not work, so don't worry. You cannot catch me staying.
But can you get abusive with your man?
I don't have power like that.
Oh, Elsie, come on. I can see you slapping him. I'm telling him, how dare you.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that.
But you can pour like a glass of champagne
I'm
in
not
his face.
that kind of person, yeah.
So
if he annoys you.
When I get angry, I get really silent. Like, I don't say anything. And if it's that bad, I just walk away. Like, I'd rather not say anything because anything I say, I might start crying or say things I won't be able to take back. So I don't talk when I'm angry.
Great.
Okay.
Now we know.
Now we know. If there are final thoughts on this, or do you want to say?
Sorry, eh? Get well soon.
Yeah, well, sorry.
You'll be fine.
Yes.
I must tell him sorry in French.
In French? No, let me tell him in another language. Lo siento, bow wow. Lo siento. And that's where we're going to draw the curtains this morning on Tea Time. Join us later today for afternoon tea. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors Elsie and Ife, as well as the entire production team. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo saying good morning in Italian. Buongiorno.